In the exhibition Irresistible Earth, 13 colorful chimeric sculptures and fairy-like drawings are presented. This body of works addresses the theme of biodiversity and the evolution of nature in our ever-changing, globalized world, to emphasize the divinity of nature and the feminine role within. The eccentric characters are displayed as grotesque and phantasmagoric figures that recall both Indian mythology and global history. They tackle current topics such as environmental concerns, immigration, and identity issues. I create my works on paper in tandem with my sculptures. The composition of paintings is inspired by Indian, miniature, and Asian art, where the female figure occupies a central place. In the drawing, Winds and Grassy Sky, the female figure with a mushroom-domed hat is an explorer seeking a brighter future into a new, unknown territories where the earth has been freed not only from the ownership and exploitation, but also from our globalized society in order to preserve Mother Earth. My sculptures are made from an excessive use of diverse artifacts throughout the world, sourced from bazaars in urban locations to antique stores in New York City, and from flea markets in Venice or Paris to the internet virtual marketplace. My sculpture-making objects are complex, hybrid compositions that cannot be expressed by one-dimensional, uncomplicated vision of the world. The African female figure in Summer Squash refers to the origin of mankind. The pieces of earthly objects and the organic remains become my own fragmented, fractured self that has been violently taken out of context. The freestanding sculpture, Fermented Origins, dismisses the idea of authenticity in terms of ethnicity, since all human beings have mixed origins, share the same common human heritage. The possibility to move, to migrate, allows an individual to see the world in more nuanced way. The hanging sculpture, Tinsel and Teeth, highlights the relationship between floor and ground, sky and air. On one hand, the ground and the floor references the same idea of bottom, but this also implies that one is natural and the other one is fabricated. On the other hand, the sculpture is made out of furniture-like elements, such as chandelier of lotus, which are references to the natural world. Thus, this floating work points out the relationship between nature and civilization as well. By stretching our imagination beyond what nature allows us to perceive, a divine quality emanates from this sculpture. Through my diasporic background, my work deals with gender and environmental issues, wealth and race inequalities, which are rooted in our colonial history. And more specifically, this exhibition is focused on the preservation of our Mother Earth.